welcome back to Vúshlitast. Everybody's still hauling stuff, and I don't know where this fellow here got his ore from, but he appears to be... Yep, he's taken that down to the mines to smelt it. Where did you get that from? Why was it over here? And why wouldn't you get any one of those, which is about 70 levels closer? But yeah, just tried to let things play on a bit to wait for some more interesting things to happen, but honestly they're still just hauling stuff in from the fight. All of the various clothes. I can see somebody dragging some green glass blocks, which I always have trouble saying, I don't know why. And yeah, you might notice some little ramps all around the ramparts or around the walls. And what I'm going to do is, yeah, I wanted some animals to be slaughtered as well. I'm going to build up some little ramps, and there's just going to be some little elevated platforms, and I'll build fortifications on top of these walls so that Mark's dwarves can be stationed up there and shoot through them. That's the theory anyway. I mean, it's never that easy. I should probably build one down here as well. So I've just sort of placed them sporadically around the walls. And just using ramps because they're quicker to get up and down, and I kind of understand them better than stairs. So what did you just drop there? Did you just... oh no, just... the edge of that bridge just looks like an upside down chair on this tile set. Never mind. So yeah, that's probably going to take a while, but we'll get that done before the next goblin invasion, hopefully. I don't know when they're supposed to turn up. It is now mid-spring in 1056, so it's been 5 years since the founding of the fort. It's quite an old fort now. What have you left there? A couple of barrels and a silk tunic. Well, okay. So yeah, continuing to mostly produce clothes and coffins. That seems to be what's in the biggest demand right now. I'm not sure what that says about the fort really, but... and yeah, there's still some dogs hanging around outside over here where their masters died, which just makes me really kind of sad. And they don't starve to death because they're not grazers. They just sort of technically don't need to eat, I guess. But yeah, they're also no use to anyone, really. Maybe I turn off combat, or will it run away and go frolic and be a dog once more rather than a war dog? No, doesn't seem bothered. Maybe if I turn off... right, no, that just displays whether... so it says pet of Zaneg Rotud's Gazil, but he is dead, I'm fairly certain. So I think they're trying to follow somebody who isn't alive anymore. And this one here, though, seems to have... this animal is waiting for conflict. Ready for slaughter, yes. They won't slaughter it, though. But, yeah. So that's a little bit sad. It's like that episode of Futurama where Fry's dog kind of waits for him outside the pizzeria forever. Yeah. So I'm still waiting for these weapons traps to be built down here before I can let that forgotten beast in, if it's still hanging around down there. I saw something move then. What was that? Is there something flying down there? No idea. So yeah, it's around here somewhere, I'm fairly sure, but you know, where, I don't know. Oh, what was that? I keep seeing something flicker in the gloom down here, but yeah, I mean, I've spotted troglodytes and all kinds of things down there so far. If you're looking... yeah, whoa, that's a lot of troglodytes. Caged prisoners, white stork, horseshoe crab. Yeah, these are like relics now. These guys are extinct in this area. Like, I was considering sort of having them butchered or something, but honestly, we don't see those things anymore, so yeah, it's a bit strange. But yeah, they need mechanics to build, obviously, and our mechanics are busy refilling about 300 cage traps, so yeah, we're really just waiting for people to move stuff. And right, there's one ramp built. I swear they do these things in reverse order, because the first one I designated is there, that's not built. And yeah, those ones are done along there, still waiting on that one. You didn't cancel it or anything, did you? No. Right, we should have some leather now, that's why I ordered some animals to be killed. One. Well, I suppose that's better than nothing. Because I noticed we have a real lack of quivers, like a serious lack of quivers. I think we have 28 of them, which isn't too bad. But considering I have two Mark's Dwarf squads, and the reserves are set to use... Oh dear. What? Okay. Somebody dying in the hospital, that's a good sign, isn't it? Especially when your chief medical dwarf is supposed to not have any jobs. So what are you actually doing, Fredda? You slacker. Becoming the capital. Architecture. Yeah, right. We just need to make an offering of 7,500 to become the capital. That's good to know. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I can't do it from there, can I? Yep. So where are you? You are filling a pond. Right. That is obviously a labor that you can't assign or unassign. So I guess, I mean, you can I just saw somebody with a bucket there, filling it from the well. That was probably him. And, I mean, you leap to collect his socks. You're just like, oh yes, we get to pick up his clothes, I love doing that. But you won't just give him a drink, no? Honestly, you're just... heartless, a lot of you. So yeah, that hasn't busted through the wall yet. That's nice. It's nice to see. But yeah, I do want this filled. Actually, let me just halt. 3, 3, 3. That is good. I set up 4 separate pond zones there instead of 1, and that creates 4 separate jobs to fill it. So we'll get rid of those now. That is full enough to wash blood and hopefully fire off anyone, but not so full that they'll drown in it. I don't think they'll drown in 3 out of 7. I suppose they would if they like dodged into it or fell into it somehow, but yeah. The animal screen is pretty amusing, just because of the sheer amount of kittens and puppies we have. I'm okay with that. It's not impacting the frame rate particularly hard as far as I can tell. So, you know, go forth and breed cute little puppies and kittens. Right, so let's see. Let's sort of noodle around with this then. Right, it won't just make a gap for that ramp, will it? Because what I'm thinking is, if I build like a long floor like this, of at least like 10 blocks, then they'll be forced to stand right next to the fortifications if I order them up here. But they might just derp around and just sort of stand like on the other side of the wall or something. But I'm gonna give this a go, and you know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There you go. Let's find some blocks that... Wow, I think we might be running out of blocks. Yeah, I dare say we are. I'll order some more of those, mate. I made so many at one point that we have actually run low on them. Not run out just yet, but... Right, so where are the other ones that have been built? None of the ones along there. Useful. I mean, you built the ones along here, which are probably not going to see much action, really. I doubt anything's going to come from this angle, but you never know. Gabbro blocks, go ahead and build those. suppose. Yep. So one there as well. So yeah, if I just put fortifications in front of these, I mean the problem with that is that the goblins can also shoot through them if they are good enough, and they're always good enough. So ah shit, I built that one right next to the wall. Oh well, never mind. Doesn't matter. I'll just go, well, actually it does kind of matter a little bit. Bollocks. Right. Designate, remove construction. So yeah, if I have a bunch of useless marks dwarves who refuse to shoot stood next to fortifications with a squad of elite goblin crossbowmen outside, then yeah, that's going to be a problem. But like I said, I'll try it. You don't achieve anything if you don't try anything. Children are so slow at deconstructing things, I swear. Right, let's have it not right next to the wall. There we go. And yep, it is still Hall of Armor right now. I like seeing them running all the way along this path though. I don't know why, it just makes me feel happy. Kind of reminds me of Lemmings, I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of a nostalgia thing. It's quite similar to Lemmings in many ways, this game. So, don't suppose these are built yet, are they? Nope. Well, this door is. I'll just set that to keep tightly closed for now. It's not going to make any difference, I don't think. So yeah, I think once those weapon traps are built, we'll... oh, that's just some webs flashing. Yeah, we'll see if it will entice it in if we have the door set to... Ah, here we go. There's a mechanism coming down. We'll see if the door being forbidden is enough to entice it down and whether it slows it down enough. But until I see it approach, I'm not really going to know. So it might need to be just sort of tightly closed. But yeah, so how much blood is in there now? There's a lot of blood. There's that guy's blood, which is everywhere. I think every single dwarf in this fort happens to be covered in this guy's blood. And yeah, speaking of such sanitary matters, at least one of our dwarves has an infection after that battle. Inoperable rot. Do I have somebody with inoperable rot, or is that just a legend? What is DW? DW? Drowsy, I see. Right. Yeah, not much experience in this. Normally, I just kind of ignore it, because, you know, if a dwarf wants to die, they're gonna go ahead and die. That's just how it is. Right, so what have we got here? We've got a G there for this engraver. Ability to grasp somewhat impaired, and yeah, this is the guy. He is... It says he's an engraver. I think he's a legendary mason as well, which is a bit of a loss. So his left hand is infected, and his left lung is infected. So if that takes hold, if he doesn't battle that, that's gonna be bad. Yeah, I mean, he was washed with soap. Fredda cleaned him with dingo soap. They got a bit intimate. And then he was sutured and evaluated and cleaned again after being horribly sutured with rope reed fibre thread. So yeah, at least one has an infection. So let's stick on this row or column. Oh, there's another one. A farmer. What kind of farmer? Ability to stand lost, right. I think this is the guy who's in the hospital. Still in bed. His right upper leg has been smashed open. He's in pain, he has been sutured, but he has an infection in it. So, needs immobilization. Oh, he's going to be on the traction bench. Have fun with that, Zaneg. Yep. So, it needs dressing. No wonder he's got an infection, honestly. Anybody else? Oh, there's another one. Good lord. What is that? A+. No health problems. Artery torn. in his right upper leg. Where the hell is he? Evaluate. Cleaned with soap. He's got a bloody artery torn. Get him sewn up. Honestly, it's crazy. Anybody else? No, we're looking at babies now. They should be okay. So yeah, the death toll was not exceptionally high from the battle, but it is going to rise over time, I think. Usually, I mean, infections can actually take several years to take hold sometimes. So in the future, if I see... You're moving awfully fast with those bars. What are you carrying there? Charcoal. Well, that's not very heavy. But yeah, in the future, if I see somebody just sort of randomly die of an infection, then I'll know why. But yeah, it always does come a bit of a surprise to me. Because like I said, I don't tend to bother with the health screen very much, but... You know, since we've named our chief medical dwarf, I think it should be something to pay attention to. Right. Who are you loitering in the corridor? I see you there. You are a siege operator. No, you're actually in the military. Please go to your designated training area. Stop loitering in the corridors. Have we... Right, I did order some dogs to be trained. Have they been trained? I'm not seeing any messages. It normally doesn't take very long at all. Yeah, I'm just wondering if maybe my animal trainer died. I have checked Dwarf Therapist and checked to see if there's any holes in any of the professions, but there really isn't. So we're actually okay. Like, we didn't lose anybody vital to the force, I don't think. As much as I like to specialise, there is usually somebody who can back up or at least be trained. And I did not fill in the gaps in the military. I didn't get around to that yet. Which could be fun later. I need to sort out their scheduling as well, because where is it? Schedule? Yeah, I mean, I did this, which is kind of nearly the right idea, but then I realised that I was having 3 training orders with 10 minimum soldiers, and there's only 10 in the squad. So, you know, it's trying to find 30 dwarves to train with, basically, instead of 10. So I need like 3 sets of 3 or 3 sets of 2, something like that. Or 4 sets of 2 even. That would be quite good. But yeah, I think I'll do that now, because we're still just waiting for them to haul everything around. I'll pause the recording and try and find some suitable people for this. And I'm going to pause the recording because it's going to take me a while, I think. Okay, so made some changes. Schedules are now, well, reserves never train, so that's unnecessary. But yeah, we can see we have 4 lots of train 2 minimum, and that hopefully... Oh yeah, I forgot you can use the mouse along here. Strange. Anyway, I've just done something horrible. What have I done? No! Train. There we go. I accidentally tried to rename something. So yeah, 4 lots of train with 2 people means it'll be 2 people training in sort of 4 pairs, and then 2 will be able to sort of kick their heels up and have a rest, I guess. But I also changed the reserves' uniforms. The civilian uniform, I changed it to use picks, because they had troubles with the crossbow. They were not shooting them, they were using them as clubs, which I'm going to do something about that as well in a minute. But yeah, I've set them to use picks, and then assigned basically a load of miners to the squad, including Cyril, what's his name? He's one of our first 7 dwarves. He's going to be leading this squad there. He's also our broker. So yeah, I won't be throwing them frivolously into battle. But yeah, he's a legendary miner. High Master Miner in there, another legendary, and another legendary. So that means that basically they can ram that pick through your skull like it wasn't there. So I think that's going to be more useful than having crossbow dwarves who don't know how to use a crossbow. And still just the leather armor and helmets. I don't want to slow them down too much when they're trying to do their job, so we'll leave it like that. And yeah, about the crossbows, I mean, I have plenty of ammunition, so I thought maybe I could sidestep the whole using it as a club thing. I mean, that's, yeah, 2,430 bolts. Some of those are forbidden, I don't know why. Oh, it's probably because they're strewn all over the place. And apparently already I have a bunch of wooden arrows as well. Let's get those dumped. We wouldn't want anybody using those, but all the bows are dumped as well, so that's alright. I mean, quite a lot of them are bone, which aren't the best quality, but we do, I mean, 833 silver bolts. We're not running short on these, but they still use them as clubs, so I'm gonna start asking for them to be made out of silver. No. Can I not do that? Crossbow, steel crossbow. Are you sure? Are you sure I can't make silver crossbows? I'm fairly certain that I can. Let me see. Weapons and ammunition. Silver. I cannot make silver crossbows. I was certain that I could. Well, that sucks. Why can't I make... I'm gonna go check this on the wiki, because I think there's some strangeness going on. Oh, it turns out you can only buy the bloody things from the caravan, which will make them crappy quality. So I guess I'm gonna have to make some copper ones, which is not exactly ideal. I mean, steel would be slightly better, I think, because it's a bit more dense, but the steel is in short supply, and copper will be better than iron. Where am I going? There. Right, so we only have 6 copper bars. Well, that's no good at all, is it? Why can't I make it out of lead? No. Yeah, I'm a little bit peeved, actually, that I can't craft silver crossbows. How do they do it in the mountain home, then? I have almost legendary weaponsmiths. I have a legendary bowyer, although he can only make them out of bone and wood. So, yeah, we're gonna gradually replace our ridiculous amounts of bone crossbows with copper ones, I suppose. I think copper is even slightly better than bronze for a blunt weapon, because it's just more dense, and therefore it'll be heavier and have more of an impact. At least that's my logic, anyway. So, yes, cancellation spam. I love that. So, we need some leather, I suppose. How many did you get made? 2? Good lord. Right. Well, we should have a bunch of skins waiting to be tanned knocking around, so... As you can see, I've ordered a couple of archery targets there, and... yeah, just a couple of little channels in front of it. Because I seem to remember hearing that if a crossbow bolt falls a Z level, it won't break as easily. But I don't know if that means that it has to hit a target that's a Z level lower, or whether it falls into a hole in front of it, but I can't remember. Did you... Right, you just led a sheep to that pasture there. I wonder why. Why did you do that? I must have ordered it moved there a long time ago. So what are you carrying there? A silver spear. Yes, get that melted. So, I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to mod the game, actually, to be able to make silver crossbows, because dwarves can make them. The caravan from the mountain home brings them with them. But, yeah, it just seems strange to me that I can't make them myself. So how's this pasture area doing? Right, we do still have some exposed clay floor. I really want this to be super dense with stuff before I pasture the animals down here, because they do munch through the foliage quite quickly, so I don't really want there to be any issues there. Aha! These cage traps. They are both built. I don't know if they're loaded. That has a large iron disc, a spiked iron ball, a menacing iron spike that has a couple of giant iron axe blades in it. So let's hook them up to this lever, I think. Yes, because that one's hooked up to the bridge. Again, we've got it in the thing, in the legendary dining hall, so that somebody is always there to pull it. Where is hook up to a trap? Which one is it? Link up a support. Spears, spikes. Nope, that's not it. Right, I was certain that you could do this. Let me flounder around again for a minute. Alright, I'm just derping all over the place today. Yep, apparently, weapon straps need pressure plates, which the Forgotten Beast will also not set off. So that's fun. Now this corridor is... oh. Elves. Right, yeah, this corridor is always full, so I'm thinking pressure plates in this corridor, yes? That way that weapon strap is just always going to be going off. Alright, is it in trap slash levers? Yes it is. Pressure plates. What? Need trigger type. Oh, okay. Water does trigger. Creatures do trigger. Citizens do trigger. Yeah, oh god. What on earth? Right, that's the weight. The maximum and minimum weight. So that will be... we want the minimum turned all the way down so that basically anything will set it off, because I just want it constantly being set off. And if that buggers my frame rate, I shall have to rethink my plan. There we go, dwarves. We'll set it off there. And now dogs. And hopefully... right, that seems to be as low as we can go. So if a milkfish happens to slither across it, then it shall go off. And we might as well use a masterpiece mechanism if we have any. Should do. There we go. I dare say we have a lot of mechanisms. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't just tank my frame rate, because that would be rather embarrassing and tragic, because it would mean my trap wouldn't work. But yeah, I just wanted the trap to just go on repeat, you know? And I thought that I could hook up a lever to it, which you can order to go on repeat. But it may just end up being a case of just opening the door and letting it in and smashing it in the face. That usually works one way or another. It usually either kills the thing or the dwarf. So is that built? It is built. Link up to something. Spears, spikes? Nope. That's definitely not it. God damn it. Did I read something wrong? Bridge, chain, door, floodgate, hatch. Stuff. Well, let me go read some more. You know, the elves sent a lot of merchants here, and we're gonna kill them with the marked dwarves. I've just given up on the sort of attaching the traps to something. I know I can attach like a lever or pressure plate to a spike trap specifically, but not a sort of generic weapon trap. So I mean, they will go off if something steps on them, but not Forgotten Beasts, because they tend to be trap avoid, you know. So you are beating that elf to death with your crossbow, aren't you? I see you. Alright, I can only see elf blood. That's alright. So, I mean, it'll be there for troglodytes and stuff like that, but yeah, don't get too crazy with it. Right. Squads A, D. Please kill more elves. Why are they still sending merchants? I have killed them for 5 years. For 5 years I have killed them the second they step onto the map. You know what I mean? Why are they still sending merchants? So basically I have ordered my melee squads to station themselves down here. Whether they feel like doing that or not, I don't know. They're all just sort of still hanging out in the barracks here. They're not set to train in there anymore, so why they're there, I don't know. But I mean, what are you doing? General information, combat drill, sleep. How dare you? Combat drill. Yeah, so they're all just still sort of training in there. They'll get down there eventually, and then I'll open up the caverns and just see what happens. Basically, there's a little pond for them to take a dip in if they get set on fire. But yeah, I'm gonna finish killing the elves. But I think I'll just pause the recording, and if they don't manage to find their way down there in the next 5 minutes, then I'll probably end the episode. Well, a couple of them made it down here. I think a few more are on their way as well. And these guys, they're pretty well decked out. This guy has got some nice mail shirts, steel breastplate, greaves and helm, copper boots, though he might lose a foot or two, but of my masterwork steel breastplate there. That's what I like to see. This guy has steel breastplate, steel shield, steel greaves. So yeah, we're getting there with the equipment. So as you can see, I've ordered that constructed wall disassembled there, and a child has come to do it. Well, isn't that just fantastic? But yeah, so I'm guessing as soon as this is deconstructed, something or someone is going to path its way immediately into our fort, but I don't know. And the way they'll have to come in is kind of like diagonally that way, and then diagonally onto these traps, and hopefully they get set off, but otherwise... Oh, auto-saving. Back in a second. Well, the caverns are open. I don't know if I'm going to have squads down here just training permanently. Well, definitely not both of them. I still only have 2 melee squads. I may change that in the future, but did somebody just fall down the stairs there? It looked like they disappeared. Well, I guess they just wandered off. Oh, I am going to get spammed with this hunter not being able to find a path to the thing they want to hunt. What is it you want to hunt anyway? I can't even see anything down here. But yeah, I think that those weapon traps will be pretty brutal. I mean, 2 giant axe blades and a spiked ball, a serrated disc, and a menacing spike. And they're all iron as well, with a masterwork mechanism. So, besides Forgotten Beasts who won't actually set them off, whatever comes through there will probably get minced into tiny little pieces. So, yeah, the caverns are open. We are open for business underground, for anything that wants to come our way. But I don't know where that Forgotten Beast's gone. I don't know where my soldiers have gone either. There was at least 3 of them here and they've buggered off. And one of them left a boot as well. I think I just ordered some boots made, so maybe he just found some better ones. Yeah, we got some masterwork boots here. Very nice. It really didn't take very long to make those. We got a silver sarcophagus as well. Right, well, no, I don't see that Forgotten Beast. I think they left, which is kind of disappointing, really. So, yeah, let's find out in the next episode whether it did actually leave or not. Alright, thank you for watching, and why is that flashing blue? Oh! Yeah, there he is. Okay. Well, let's find out why he's just stood there waiting for something in the next episode. I think he might be trying to smash the weapon trap. Which would be very annoying. Anyway, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.